Heyo, what's good, guys? Another video. We got a fat fuck and a skinny fuck here with a video. Let's get it. Yeah, this is Harry.
Which
Wilson.
one's the skinny one?
Hey, I am, you know, obviously. We got Harry Wilson here from Harry's Half Hour. I did a little collab on his channel. Shout out to him. And while we were doing it, I was like, yo, it would be funny to have you explain some of the stuff that I do, like, react to, because so many stuff goes over my head. And instead of a comedy video, if you want us to do a comedy video, we get along well enough, we can do another one. But top 10 things that are impossible to explain to non-Brits. This should be interesting. We got a British guy here. If he can explain it to us, then this is clickbait.
There are going to be a lot of pissed off people like, this dude said he could tell us.
And remember, if you get mad, argue at us. Yell at us for the algorithm. Let's get it.
I love to laugh.
Toast, I've been meaning to talk to you.
You're talking to me now?
Yes. It's about the sense of humour issue.
I have a terrific sense of humour. It's just very dry.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things in British culture impossible to explain to non-Brits.
It's not quite nasal enough the way you're doing it, all right? You're not doing it the way he speaks. You're not doing it with the kind of... And you don't do the broken voice when he gets very emotional.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at a few causes of cultural confusion that are unique to the small island we call
Okay,
home.
we get
What
it.
do you
Hurry
find
up.
weird about the UK? Let us know in the comments. Number
Jesus.
10, Marmite.
Oh.
What the fuck is this?
A dark brown savoury spread invented in the late 19th century and made from yeast extract sludge left over from brewing beer. Sounds yummy. Well, actually, it doesn't. But Marmite fans know the very real joy it can bring when spread thinly on hot buttered toast, with a fresh brewed cup of tea to balance out the salty flavour.
It doesn't take long before new recruit Callum Howe finds another jar in a shocking state.
Oh no.
Alright, I've never heard of Marmite in my life. Is it... What? Explain, Harry.
So Marmite, it's like, so you know like when you have, obviously have toast,
Right.
so you toast bread, and you can put peanut butter on it, or we call it jam, but you guys call it jelly.
Well, there's actually jelly and jam out here. They're like
So-
two separate things. I think jam's like more runny or something. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not smart.
so basically Marmite, it's like a sandwich filling. It's like what, you know, Nutella would be, or peanut butter. So it's basically, you wouldn't have anything else with it. You would have it literally as a sandwich filling, but it's, like it says on the video, it's a yeast extract. So it's sort of, it's real weird. People eat it in sandwiches and on toasted bread as like a main thing. But the main catchphrase is you either love it or hate it. So like there's no sort of going, I like it sometimes, I don't like it sometimes. It's either you don't like it or you do, just because of the bitter taste of it.
So do
So
you
it's
like
basically
Marmite?
something that goes on top of your bread.
So do you like it?
No, I hate it.
hey, so the catchphrase has been on point so far. Maybe
Does exactly what it says on the tin.
one day I gotta visit the UK, I'll try it, and I'll probably fucking hate it too, because I hate bitter shit.
It's like it's a yeast extract, so it's
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. The only thing bread, like, I can make homemade bread, and that has yeast in it, but, like... I don't know.
But you wouldn't just eat the
Yeah,
yeast.
exactly. Like, you don't just eat the pure yeast, so, I don't know. I don't know.
With a fresh brewed cup of
Interesting.
tea to balance out the
See,
salty
this is why it's nice having Harry here, because, like, I would have been like, yo, comments, explain, now!
flavour.
It doesn't take long before new recruit Callum Howe finds another jar in a shocking state.
Oh no.
What's the matter?
It's baby one.
Okay, don't panic.
It's not been used in months.
Not all Brits feel the same though, and Marmite is famously marketed as a polarising food that you either love or hate. The proper stuff is only manufactured in the UK in the Burton-on-Trent Marmite factory. It's been there since 1902 and produces roughly 50 million jars in a year. And no, Australia, Vegemite is not as good. Number 9. Public schools are...
What is Vegemite?
Vegemite, I think it's like a knockoff. So it's like the Australians' version of Marmite. Have you ever heard the song Land Down Under?
The Land Down Under. I was like, yeah, I've heard of it, but I have no idea what the lyrics are, but I swear I've heard it.
And I think one of the lyrics is, he just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich, and Vegemite is literally just that type of paste.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Public schools are private schools. Oh my! I almost read it reversed, like I can't read. I promise, I'm not that dumb, YouTube.
Are private schools.
Settle down.
You'll often hear it said that our country is run by public school boys. However, this doesn't mean what it might in other parts of the world. It doesn't imply that these politicians went to state-funded institutions and pulled themselves up by their bootstraps. It suggests that they were born into extreme privilege and attended some of the most prestigious fee-paying schools in the world. In the UK, we refer to schools for the general public as state schools, and private schools for the wealthy as public schools or independent schools. Except, not all private schools are called public schools. Some do actually call themselves private schools, and most call themselves charities too. Registered charities. Confused yet? No more than you should be. Number 8.
So time out. So a private school, you don't have to pay for it, but you gotta pay for a public school. But a public school's a charity. What?
So basically, public school, and like you said in the video, public school boys. That's like your Boris Johnsons and things like that. So it's basically like if you're a posh boy and you're basically going to grow up and if you've got rich parents, you get sent to a public school. So a public school is also known as private school. So if you are privately educated, it means obviously you have paid for your education.
Right.
State schools are just like your standard schools. So like a normal high school.
Right.
So like I went to a state school. I went just to a normal school.
Got you.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Basically, it's basically pretty similar to what we have here. It's just the words are reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Because I was about to say, I went to what is called a public school, and it sure as hell is not. I promise you.
Definitely doesn't have rich parents.
No. I feel like if pretty much any students that went to my schools went to any of those schools, even the good ones, they would have been kicked out immediately.
Call themselves private schools, and most call themselves charities too. Registered charities. Confused yet?
No. But, that's what I don't get though. So how is it a charity if you gotta pay for it?
That is a new one on me. I think they call it a charity because the school gets the money, and the school money goes into funding the education. So if that makes sense, so it's like if you donate to a charity,
pay for
equipment.
I get that. Sorry to cut you off. I get that, but what I don't understand is it that how it would be with any private school? The money you give the school would go towards the school. Like, sure, the people get a cut from it, so like that makes no sense. Or public school.
I must admit, I'll hold my hands up for the Brit. And to be fair, that one on me, I've never known Eton or Harrow known as a charity. I've just known it as Posh Boy School. So,
Posh Boy School. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah, just go with that. Posh Boy School. Like
Hogwarts. Let me know in the comments if you're from the UK if you go to a Posh Boy School.
No more than you should be. Number 8. Insults are our love language. Terms of affection and endearment are different the world over. In the UK, you know that someone feels comfortable around you if they insult you to your face. Or they might just be rude.
They're not jokes as such, they're just little things to say.
Yeah, it's probably fine in the hands of taxi drivers
or Cockneys, or even Geordies.
When you've lived here long enough, you'll learn to tell the difference. Sarcasm may be the lowest form of wit, but it's also a great tool for masking social awkwardness. It stops conversations becoming too serious and fends off the Brits' greatest fear, earnestness. We spend so much time being generally polite, no one wants to put that wall up around their own friends and family.
You know what you are? You're a big bag of shit!
It doesn't mean we love each other any less, but where's the fun in life without some friendly teasing? Deadpan delivery required, of course. Number 7.
That's about the only one I've understood so far, because even though I'm not British, I have the British sense of humor, which is why I've done so well with like 8 out of 10 cats. Like, that's just my sense of humor, is just talking shit. So that's about the only thing so far I've understood. I don't think, to be fair, I think that's how a lot of younger Americans are.
Yeah.
I don't know about older. Like, I feel like the older you get, the less and less. But as far as younger Americans, I feel like for the most part I'm not going to say we're to the level of the British culture, but we're getting there. Slowly. Yeah. We'll catch up in a couple hundred years.
It's one of them where we literally see our friends, you'd meet up with your mates in a bar or whatever, and you go, now then, fuckface.
Yeah, exactly.
That is literally the Brits. Like, if you, I suppose, in some places in America, if you met up and saw one of your mates and went, now then, fuckface, they'd be like, what? Why is he calling his mate fuckface? We're a weird breed.
Yeah. Well, I feel like out here, I feel like that depends on the relationship you have with that friend. Like, yeah. Because personally, that's basically how I greet all my friends. Like, yo, what's up, you dumb bitch? Like, that's just how it goes. So, and I get the same energy back, but I feel like, as I was saying before, the older you get, the less and less that's a thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It doesn't mean we love each other any less, but where's the fun in life without some friendly teasing? Deadpan delivery required, of course. Number 7. Town names and their pronunciation. British place names are famously difficult for tourists to get their head around. Even native-born Brits will get tripped up at some point. The English language has a checkered history. You can blame most of the confusion on the Romans, Anglo-Saxons, and the Vikings. Also the French and the Celts. Being able to pronounce the name of Welsh village has even...
Huh?
Yeah, seriously, there was a place in Wales called that.
Also the French and the Celts. Being able to pronounce the name of Welsh village has even become something of a party piece.
Just up the road from the temperature got to 21 Celsius.
When you take pronunciation out...
How did he keep a straight face?
I'd have come off and I'd been like, yo, I've just dropped that.
Yeah, nah, I'd be like, if you live here, you know where I'm talking about? Like, fuck. Alright, Harry, go. Say it.
I can't. I've tried many times. Nah. Yeah. I just sort of make a noise and then go.
Have you ever been there?
No, I've been near that. Like, I used to work in a job where I worked away a bit, and I worked in like sort of Cardiff and where was the other place? Bridgend. I think it's near there. So if Welsh people are watching this and I'm totally off, I do apologise. But to me, if I'm in Wales, I'm near there.
Fair enough. If I ever visit the UK, I got to go to this town. We gotta go to this town, bro. We need to. I just need to say that I've stepped foot in the most impossible... Bruh, the name goes across the entire continent on the map. What the fuck?
He's in another country.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
He's gone across the what? He's gone across the North Sea.
Fucking hell, the name's just a bridge. Matter of fact, you could have started in the fucking other place over there. I'm sorry, I'm American. I don't know the exact fucking maps of shit.
Ireland.
Yeah, that place. And it still would have gone and crossed the entire UK and probably still would have hit there. What the fuck? The UK does it different. That's for damn sure. At this point, I would have changed the name of the town. Like, if I was like... Honestly, I probably wouldn't have because it's funny, but if I was like fucking Boris Johnson or the Queen or whoever the fuck, I would have changed the name of the town. Like, nah, I'm calling that place Long Name. That's what I'm calling
Also, the French
Long
and the
Name
Celts.
Go-Go, yes.
Being able to pronounce the name of Welsh village has even become so...
Okay, I'm gonna move on, but I just want to know how many takes did that take? Like, I want to see the outtakes of that one right there. He must have sat there for like an hour.
Something of a party piece.
Just up the road from Llanfair to Pwllgwyngyll go get a Quindrobos, Llantysilio go. The temperature got to 21 Celsius.
When you take pronunciation out of the equation, however, there are still a lot of place names that sound like somebody might be having you on. From Fatty Head to Scratchy Bottom, there are oddly named towns in every corner of the British Isles. Number 6. The variety of accents.
When it gets loudly, it gets very loud indeed. It gets very specific. It's not quite nasal enough the way you're doing it, all right? You're not doing it the way he speaks.
Every country has its own differences in dialect and accent, even if it's difficult for an outsider to hear the nuance. But for such a small place, the UK does seem to have a disproportionate amount of variety. For a long time, a British accent was generally thought of as standard received pronunciation, but with the world opening up, regional accents are gradually becoming more familiar to foreign ears.
What I'm saying is that, like, they had themselves proper jobs, you know, for a gun then they wouldn't do it. You know, a lot of them's from broken homes.
Sorry, Mark, that was just a noise.
A Glasgow accent.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Hold up, the fuck you just say? Hey, it's the Beaky Brothers.
The guy who was just speaking then with a screwdriver in his hand, that's what would be referred to as a Geordie.
A Geordie.
So
I understand Sure Geordie, though. I don't understand anything he said.
But yeah, it's like I've got friends who are from Newcastle, and sometimes they get in conversation, and like Italian Americans, once they get angry, they're like, you start speaking Italian.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit like that with Geordies, where they sort of like become this language where you sort of have to be like, what?
Start over.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Boston.
Just a bit slower.
The Boston area.
Boston.
New York. Then we got the southern accent. It's kind of like this, and I'm out here with my cousin. I lived in the South for like 6 years, so I used to be able to do it quite well, but I kind of fell off. No, but with the southern accent, it's funny because you just say like the first half of the word fast and the other half just super slow, like a hot dog.
More familiar to foreign ears.
What I'm saying is that, like, they had themselves proper jobs, you know, for a gun then they wouldn't do it. You know, a lot of them's from broken homes.
Sorry, Mark, that was just a noise.
A Glasgow accent is very different from a Newcastle accent, which is different from a Birmingham accent.
You're a good man. And a good soldier.
People in the countryside don't sound the same as those in the town. Some people in Wales and Scotland even speak a whole different language. And nobody speaks like Dick Van Dyke, bless him.
Alright, I'll do it myself.
Number 5. Hot and cold taps. There are a few questions that non-natives tend to have about British bathrooms. The no-plugs thing is clearly a health and safety issue. The carpets are about keeping warm, but separate taps for hot and cold, they're a bit more difficult to justify. We do have our reasons, they're just not really relevant anymore. Historically, cold water came from the mains and was safe to drink.
I'm quite alright, Barbara. I ran it under a cold tap.
Hot water was a later addition to UK households. When it did arrive, it was usually heated in a tank in the loft, therefore it wasn't as fresh. Modern bathrooms do sometimes have mixer taps, they've just not really caught on yet. Number 4.
So tell me this then, because at least with the taps in America where it's one taps, you can kind of like sort it out to like get the right amount of like warmness, right? So
yeah.
So how does that work? Is it like the second you turn it on, it's like scorching hot, or is it the higher up?
No.
Like how does it work?
I think it depends on the tap. So like with us in our house, we have to turn except for the bathroom, actually. The bathroom one comes on quite quick, but downstairs I'll be running the tap for ages before it can get hot. But I've got the 2 separate taps. So it's like I've got
So
one
they come
hot
together to
tap.
make one almost.
Yeah, so obviously it's still... So if I want to make it like warm, I'll run a bit of the hot and a bit of the cold together. Or if it's in a bathroom, like... So most British houses, especially years ago, did have a hot tap and a cold tap, and you just put them running together. But now, a lot of them have one tap, but 2 separate, like, I suppose...
Just
well,
knobs.
They got like the faucet. I think it's the faucet in there.
One faucet, but just 2 kind of different things.
2 like I suppose temperature controllers.
That's around here too.
Yeah.
Like we have. It's. I feel like it's more common in older houses, but it is around.
Yeah.
Here. Like I grew up in a house that had that kind of thing. Same with showers and bathtubs. They can have that kind of thing too. Which, like for example, my sister's house, she has that.
Yeah.
But then with the house I live in right now, even though it is an older house, it's been renovated at least sometime in the past 20 years. And it does have like you turn it one way and it's hot, other way and it's cold. So that just depends on the house, but I know what you're talking about with that.
Yeah, so I don't think it's impossible to non-Brits. I think most people have that where it's hot and cold.
Most people don't have the 2 taps, like the 2 different faucets.
Yeah.
But we understand the concept there. I was just not sure if they come together, then I get it. If they don't come together, then it's like, well, that's just an inconvenience. Fix your house, your quality of life will be better. Genuinely. But
the tank in the loft, therefore it wasn't as fresh. Modern bathrooms do sometimes have mixer taps, they've just not really caught on yet. Number 4, the tea obsession. No, Britain is not the only country to enjoy a nice cup of tea.
Do you know, I can't remember the last time I had a good cup of char.
But we are quite singular in the way we take it. It's possibly only the Irish who also understand this one. For the real tea drinker, you must understand this is not just a casual beverage. It is usually an addiction, begun in late childhood. A cup of tea can be a consolation, an offer of friendship, or a gauge of how long a visitor is going to stay. When a British person says tea, they do not...
Wait, how does that work? A gauge of how long they're gonna stay out.
So basically, if you've got a relative coming round to your house or your friend, like my mate could text me and say, I'm popping round to see you. I'll go, no worries, yeah, whatever, it'll come, and then I'll offer him a drink. I'll say, do you want a cup of tea? So basically, a cup of tea, I don't really know if there's an average time on how long it should take someone to drink a cup of tea, but it's basically between maybe 10 minutes to 30 minutes. Maybe a bit longer, but it gauges an idea of, right, if someone stays for a cup of tea at your house, you can, in a way, you're sort of then pre-planning what you're going to do for the rest of the day.
Got you. All right, so it's basically just like all right, if they take the tea, they might be here for a while, whereas if they don't take the tea, then they might get the hell out of here quick.
Yeah, if they stop for like a glass of lemonade or something, or a beer, they might drink that real quick and say, right, I'm going to have to go.
Got you.
But literally in every situation, you will get someone offering you a cup of tea. You could have the most devastating news in the world, but someone will go, shall I pop the kettle on? Literally, you could have just been told you're dying next week, and then someone goes, you want a cup of tea? Yeah, go on.
See, now I feel like this is going to piss off every UK fan I have. Watch, I don't really feel like I have fans, but it's just a good word to explain it. But just to explain, watch how quick my subs dip when I say this. I do not like tea. It's just, he's gone. He's fucked off, and we only got 10 minutes, for fuck's sake. Okay, we need to hurry up.
We've got this, we're near the end.
I mean chamomile or green or iced, they mean English breakfast. Usually with milk and often with sugar. And please, don't leave the tea bag in the cup.
Tea Earl Grey hot.
Number 3, metric or imperial. The UK officially adopted the metric system in 1965. That's over 50 years ago. It's what they use in Europe. It's what we learn in school. It's a much simpler way of working things out, as you're working with units of 10, not 12. So why do we still weigh ourselves in pounds and stone? Measure our height in feet and inches? Travel in miles? Buy beer and milk in pints? The older generation will occasionally still tell you the temperature in Fahrenheit. Shouldn't we have acclimatized by now? No one under the age of 70 grew up under the imperial system. Good luck explaining this to anyone outside Britain, because it makes no sense at all. Number 2, baked beans.
Yeah, my mind's a blank. Literally all I know is like miles and pounds, and my mind's gone a blank.
So like I'll weigh myself in stone.
Right.
So like, for example, I'm 12 stone, I think, which works out. So let me just work that out.
I was about to pull up my phone, but you got this.
12 stone. So how do you do it in America? Like, is it pounds you do it?
Yeah, pounds.
So I'm 168 pound.
Okay.
But it's like other things. It's where like when I was in my last job, I worked in measurements and whatever because you had to measure stuff out, and we worked in inches, really, inches and millimeters.
Right. So that's cool. I mean, honestly, I don't even know how fucking much I weigh. I probably would tip the scales, my fat ass. But interesting. Okay, fair enough.
No one under the age of 70 grew up.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I always hear people talking like kg on YouTube. Like KSI is like, I weigh whatever kg. What is the difference? I know, but do you guys mainly... I was about to say, what is the difference? That's not the question. I understand it's different. But, so do you guys mainly use stone or kg? Because I thought you guys mainly would have used kg because all I've seen...
It depends. I think it depends. Like, if people go to a gym and I think they weigh themselves in kg, football team, professional sports teams, football, soccer...
I get what
don't want to piss any Americans off.
You motherfucker! Get off my channel!
So, like... Professional sports teams will use kg to measure players' weight and things like that because it's just easier to work out how much they've lost or gained.
Right. But yeah, so basically, professional people use kg. Normal people just use stone because it's good enough.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Under the imperial system. Good luck explaining this to anyone outside Britain because it makes no sense at all. Number 2. Baked beans for breakfast. British food has never had a great reputation with the rest of the world. We traditionally choose hearty, comforting food, and that's okay. We need it in our climate. However, if there's one British dish that visitors really can't fathom, it's the humble beans on toast. Baked beans are a staple for the average Brit. Usually eaten as part of a fried breakfast or as a quick snacky tea, sometimes they're just what you need. They are eaten elsewhere in the world, but you'd be more likely to find them at a barbecue than on a breakfast table. No one else has taken this simple convenience food to their hearts quite like us.
I'm sorry. This is gonna sound... I'm about to piss people off, but alright, I like baked beans and I like toast, so you'd think I wouldn't care, but the sight of those two things together looks disgusting to me.
Nah, you ever had it?
I've never had it, so I really can't judge.
Do it. It will change your life. Bro, I'm not even kidding. Like beans on toast with some cheese sprinkled on it and a bit of barbecue sauce. Just saying.
Baby, here's the thing. I don't think it would be right unless I'm like in the UK with like the British baked beans, because I'm gonna imagine knowing how shit is in America, it probably would be different. At least from what everybody tells me.
In the middle of East London.
Uh-oh. Exposed. The comments could be, get this guy out of here!
The world, but you'd be more likely to find them at a barbecue than on a breakfast table. No one else has taken this simple convenience food to their hearts quite like us. Number 1. What is the country actually called? The United Kingdom, Great Britain, the British Isles. So which is it? Well, the British Isles is a geographical term. It describes a group of islands including Great Britain, the island of Ireland, the Isle of Man, the Scottish Isles, and the Scilly Isles. Great Britain is the biggest island in the group and is made up of England, Scotland, and Wales. The United Kingdom is a political union. Full name, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. It includes England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The red, white, and blue flag is the Union flag.
Roll it back to that map again.
Great Britain is the biggest
I'll tell you when to pause.
island in the group and is made up of England, Scotland, and Wales. The United Kingdom is a political union. Full name, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. It includes...
Yeah,
pause it. So just go slightly right to where it says Kingston upon Hull.
England, Scotland.
Where's that? I'm not even seeing it. I'm being dumb.
So you got York, Middlesbrough, Kingston upon Hull. Right on the end.
I am blind. Where the fuck is it? Kings of the Hull.
Kingston upon Hull.
Oh, I see it. I'm dumb.
That's where I'm from, baby.
Hey! I was looking. You said right, and I'm looking like at the bottom right of Dover. I'm looking at Dover, and I'm like, I don't see it. I don't know why I didn't look up. I look up and I exposed stupidness.
But yeah, that's where I'm from.
Hey, shout out. Let's see. So we know this is the best part of the UK, and everywhere else sucks. Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, who cares about visiting London or Liverpool or
we love the North.
Carlisle or Newcastle or Glasgow? Fuck those places.
Wales.
Unsubbed. Everybody just unsubbed because they don't send sarcasm.
You're welcome.
And Northern Ireland. The red, white, and blue flag is the Union flag, or
if you live
Union
at one of
Jack,
those places I
and is
just dissed,
composed of
say
flags
something in
from
the
England,
comments.
Scotland, and Northern Ireland.
Be like,
but not
fuck
Wales.
Illinois.
Got it?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other...
Alright, so what do you think of their picks? Because I don't get to have an opinion. I'm American. I don't know shit.
The one I'm a bit thinking about was the school thing. Like, the tap thing was a bit stupid. I thought that was a bit daft, to be honest. Like, at the end of the day,
it's not that complicated.
No. And that was it, really.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, hey, yo, you know what to do. Give me a fat ass like. I like fatter than me. I need a fat fucking like. Comment. Subscribe. Ring the bell. Argue in the comments because I said so, bitch. And also subscribe to Harry because I said so.
Yeah. Bitch.
Bye. With